18-year-old self not really realizing like nobody cared whether you got home safe or not. I think I touch that's fine for you. I do that 3 4 times again. I testify for you. I told her like you that bitch. I do it all and I'm around. You're scared to do. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be doing like a skincare routine because my face break out like when I went to my trip to Florida. If you haven't watched my last video, watch it so you can understand. My face just break out, and I think it's because I use one of my friend toner. I use our toner and I shouldn't do that. So no, my face will break out and it is what it is. So I have to work on fixing it. So what I mean, it's a good way for actually showing like what my skincare routine is, so you can like take like tips and tricks, but also do like a little story time for you, so I understand like who I am as a person and what I go through and what my life experiences. First things first, before we get into the story, let me just show you like what I use, and this is very affordable. You don't have to break the bank. You just go at a drugstore, either your Target, your Walmart, you know, and your TikTok shop, and you get the affordable, the deals them. Nina use 50 million products, and I don't think that should be a routine for anybody, but if that's the type of routine where you think, well girl, this is not the video for you. This is not the video for you, girl. Because I only 5 products me use, 5 or 6 products, but these are the products that I'm actually use, and them work really well. If you see me looking down, I'm looking down on my iPad so that I don't like go off track with the story, because I love ramble. I figured like telling this story will kind of help like some people understand who I am and what I went through. So here goes nothing. I don't know if I ever told this story to anybody except for my sister, and I only told her the other day because I was planning on telling the story to you guys on YouTube. And the way she reacted, she was surprised and she apologized, and I'm just like, maybe people should know so that they can understand me a little bit better. I went to prom with this girl, my friend at the time. Her name was Sil. She was like more introvert, and I was introvert, so we clicked, and she offered to bring me to prom, which was so nice of her, and I'm so thankful to this day. I really appreciate when people give me help without me asking. Yeah, Sil, me and Sil went to prom. I got dressed there. I went to prom. Me and her took like a lot of pictures. I took pictures with even some classmates that I didn't even realize that I was cool with, and looking back on the pictures, I'm like, oh my god, I took a picture with this girl. I didn't even know. But yeah, like we took a lot of pictures, we enjoy ourselves, and I feel like on that day I really let loose a little bit, because the entire time I went to that school, Frederick Douglass Academy, I was so much like into my books, going to school, making sure I be on time, making sure my grades are good as much as possible so I can get into like whatever college I want to get into. Then prom ended, and this was what really like put me in the mindset of, girl, you are the only person you got. One of my teachers looked at me and was like, so how are you gonna get home? I don't remember like the exact conversation, but she ended up giving me a ride to go home. My 18-year-old self not really realizing like nobody cared whether you got home safe or not. Mind you, prom was so far away from it's like deep in New York. So it was probably like upstate New York or so. So it was like pretty far basically. Nobody cared how I got home. And Miss Antonelli was so, I think that's what her name was, Miss Antonelli. She was so concerned. She was like, I live in Brooklyn, so I'll bring you to the closest train station and you can go home, basically. You can go home from there. 18-year-old me, I was so appreciative of her. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna take me in her vehicle to the train station so that I could be closer to home, and then I can get home from there. So I was so appreciative. But 30-year-old me, I'm looking back at it and I'm just like, again, nobody cared how I got home. Nobody cared. Literally, nobody cared. And this is prom night. This is prom night, guys. When I got on the train and I was sitting down in my dress and everything, and I was there thinking, I think I was on the phone with my husband. He was my boyfriend at the time, but my husband. And we're just talking and just tell him how prom was. And I'm not even realizing that this is dangerous. Like, I'm literally on the train at 1 o'clock in the night, heading home. None of my family members are calling me to find out where I am. And when I got off the train, I had to walk from the train stop to the house. So nobody cared whether I'm on the phone with my no husband, then boyfriend at the time, and he's in Jamaica, so he can't protect me. If somebody should do anything to me, he can't protect me at that time. But yeah, like, I was literally in danger. I was literally in danger, guys, and nobody cared. I don't know. Drop down below in the comments and let me know, like, is that like normal? Is that normal? Because looking back at this and knowing now that, like, I'm a mom, and knowing, like, I can't even sleep at night if my son say more sleep over somebody's house. I can't even sleep good. I can't even think properly. So if my son was out at 2 o'clock in the morning at 18, I would be wondering, like, where is he? And I would actually provide transportation for him to go and for him to come back home. So I can't be wrong if I said, like, that's not normal, right? When I got home, I mean, it's late, so obviously everybody's sleeping and something and stuff, but nobody cared. To be honest, guys, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And if I should even speak to, like, my Caribbean friends, I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that prom night, their parents are like, oh, make sure you come home, or once prom is done, I'm gonna be there to pick you up at 11, 12, 1. Or if you're gonna sleep over X, Y, and Z house, ensure that you message me and tell me that you're gonna be there, or you're there, or you get home, or you get there. Like, nobody cared. Literally nobody cared. So yeah, that was the after prom experience for me. I mean, like, looking on the bright side, at least I actually enjoyed prom itself. But it kind of opened my eyes to, like, the dysfunction that I grew up in, and it kind of helped me to understand, like, why I am like this now with, like, certain family members. And I went on to go through worse events than that. You can tell me if you want, like, more story times in the comment section below. But I went on to go through worse times than that with the same family members. But that was a pivoting moment for me in my life, and it actually caused me to move to my best friend's house, the one that you saw in my previous video. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. But I'll leave it in the comment section below, the link in the comment section down below, so you guys can watch it. But she literally saved my life and gave me peace in a time where none of my family members cared. They didn't care what I did with nobody cared, literally. Nobody cared if I went to college. Nobody cared if nobody cared. And I literally don't speak to certain family members because of that. I forgive, but I don't forget. There's no way you can forget things like that. That's so traumatizing. But yeah, like, that's literally what happened after prom. I hope that gives like some of my friends in high school up here like a true like idea of why I was the way I was. Because I know I came off really, really cold to some of you guys, and I'm so sorry, but it's like I didn't have no sort of support. And when I talk about support, I'm talking about like emotional support and even financial support, because in my high school year, I was working. I'm a little McDonald's job. So in my high school year, I was working. I was coming from Bronx to Brooklyn.
Bronx to Brooklyn was 1 hour train ride.
And working in Kings Plaza after school. After school, guys. And the only time I did not work after school was like if we had like rehearsal for graduation and stuff like that. I did not work after school. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I don't want to cry on here. I don't want to cry on camera. And I can laugh about it now because it's like I got over it. Actually have my own place. My child is living a way better life than I ever lived. And that experience, I just from that experience alone, that's one of the experiences in my life, but from that experience alone, it just grew me as a mom to know what I don't want my child to experience and what he will never experience, because obviously it was not a pleasant experience for me as a person, and I will never put my child through that ever. But anyways, guys, that's all for this video. Definitely comment down below if you like story times like this. Make sure that you guys like. I asked for 20 likes on my last video, and I think I'm at 14 right now, or 13. Really appreciate everybody that liked the video. Let's try to get to 20 likes for this video. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I touch that fire for you. I do that 3 times again. I testify for you. I told her like you, that bitch I do it all, and I'm around you scared to do.